Hello, welcome to my own personal top 40 of 1989. We're at the end of the 80s now. In these videos, I take you through my enormous collection of playlists on Spotify. I have top 40s from 1970 to 1991, annuals from 1925 to the present day, artist specials, genre specials, themed shows, and many, many more. And many of those playlists become radio shows, and you can hear all those on my Mixcloud channel. There's a link in the description. And there's a link in the description to the radio show of today's top 40 and links to the playlists that I'm talking about today. Top 40 of 1989, 89 songs of 89, which means they did enter the UK top 40 but didn't enter my top 40. 89 extras, which are songs that didn't enter the UK top 40, and 89 dance and hip hop. Already? Let's go. Number 40, Alice Cooper, Poison, spent a week at 2, straddling August and September of 89. At number 39, Public Enemy, Fight the Power, spent a week at 29 in July of 89. At number 38, Martika, I Feel the Earth Move, spent 2 weeks at 7 in November of 89. And at 37, Black Box, Right on Time, spent 6 weeks at number 1, straddling September and October of 89. At 36, Donna Allen, Joy and Pain, spent a week at 10 in July of 89. By the way, all these numbers relate to the UK top 40, okay? At number 35, Paula Abdul, Straight Up, spent a week at 3 in April of 89. At 34, U2, All I Want Is You, spent a week at 4 in July of 89. At number 33, if I can find it, Karen White, Secret Rendezvous, spent a week at 22 in October of 89. And at 32, S-Express, Hey Music Lover, spent a week at 6 in March of 89. At 31, Billy Joel, We Didn't Start the Fire, spent a week at 7 in October of 89. Now, into the top 30. At number 30, Prince, Party Man, spent a week at 14 in September of 89. At 29, Soul to Soul, Back to Life, spent 4 weeks at number 1, straddling June and July of 89. 28, Depeche Mode, Personal Jesus, spent a week at 13 in September of 89. And at 27, Stone Roses, Fool's Gold, spent a week at 8 in December of 89. At 26, Bobby Brown, My Prerogative, spent 2 weeks at 6, straddling February and March of 89. And at 25, Shakespeare's Sister, Your History, spent a week at 7 in August of 89. At 24, The Beautiful South, You Keep It All In, spent a week at 8 in October of 89. And at 23, Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians, What I Am, spent a week at 31 in March of 89. At 22, Curiosity Killed the Cat, Name and Number, spent a week at 14 in October of 89. And at 21, Phil Collins, Another Day in Paradise, spent a week at 2 in November of 89. Into the top 20. At number 20, Erasure, Drama, spent a week at 4 in October of 89. At 19, Duran Duran, All She Wants Is, spent a week at number 9 in January of 89. 18, Soul to Soul, Keep On Moving, spent 2 weeks at 5, straddling March and April of 89. That was their first hit. At 17, I almost said Frankie. Fine Young Cannibals, Good Things, spent a week at 7, straddling April and May of 89. And at 16, De La Soul, I Know, spent a week at 14 in November of 89. At 15, Mixmaster and DJ Leloul and Grand Piano spent a week at 9 in November of 89, it looks like. At 14, Aerosmith, Love in an Elevator, Going Down, spent a week at 13, straddling September and October of 89. And at 13, Technotronic, Pump Up the Jam, spent 2 weeks at 2 in October of 89. At number 12, Prince, Bat Dance, spent a week at number 2 in July of 89. And at number 11, Sydney Youngblood, If Only I Could, spent 2 weeks at 3 in October of 89. I remember this so well. Into the top 10. That was terrible. Sam Brown and Stop spent 2 weeks at 4 in March of 89. And at number 9, Roachford, Cuddly Toy, spent a week at 4 in February of 89. At number 8, Nena Cherry, Man-Child, spent a week at number 5 in June of 89. And at number 7, In Excess, Mystify, spent a week at 14 in April of 89. And number 6, De La Soul, Me, Myself and I, spent a week at 22 in May of 89. And at number 5, Guns N' Roses, Paradise City, spent a week at 6 in April of 89. At number 4, Fine Young Cannibals, She Drives Me Crazy, spent 2 weeks at 5 in January of 89. And at number 3, Kate Bush, The Sensual World, spent a week at 12, straddling September and October of 89. At number 2, Simply Red, A New Flame, so funky, spent 2 weeks at 17, straddling July and August. And at number 1, my number 1, Tears for Fears, Sowing the Seeds of Love, spent 1 week at 5 in September of 89. So that's my top 40 of 1989. On the screen now, you are looking at 89 songs from 1989, songs that entered the UK top 40 but didn't make my own personal top 40. Right now, I need to speak about my own personal top 40 because I'm astonished at some of my positions there. I would change it now if I were doing it today. I really, really would. There is another reason why it is the way it is, because I'm only allowed 2 or 3 songs by the same artist on my radio show platform. They won't allow you to present the show or to make the show public if you break those rules, so there's no point in taking a chance. But that doesn't excuse some of those positions. I'm not sure what I was thinking. You're in a different mood in certain days and you think, oh, I love that song. And then another time you might think, do I really love that song as much as I thought? But anyway, it's all on paper I'm looking at. I'm sure if I listened to the songs, I'd fall in love with them all over again. There's some gems in there, though. I thought 1989 was an absolutely fantastic year for music. So let me know in the comments what songs or what albums you loved from 1989. As you can see, there's lots of great songs that didn't get into my top 40, so maybe some of those would get into yours. Have you had enough time to look at those screens? Okay, let's have a look at 1989 extras. Now, these are songs that didn't enter the UK Top 40, and you can quite clearly see what my favourite music of the time was, what my favourite albums were. So yeah, this list is never ending. All my extras lists are never ending because as long as it didn't enter the UK Top 40 and it's from 1989 or whatever year it happens to be, then it's allowed in the extras list. So let me know in the comments any music from 89 that I may not know about or may have completely forgotten, and I'll put it in my extras list because it's ongoing. Now let's have a look at 1989 dance and hip-hop. Now, a lot of these entered the top 40 and are in my top 40 or in 89 songs from 89, and some of them are in 1989 extras. But what all of these have in common is that they are from the genres of dance and hip-hop from 1989. In the 80s, those genres were still growing, and it was a really fantastic time. It was so exciting because there'd be music that would come on the radio or TV or whatever, and you'd be like, oh my God, that's so new and so fresh. Of course, it doesn't sound that way now, but the first time you hear some of these songs, you're like, wow. Like De La Soul, for example, the album 3 Feet High and Rising was a real game changer, and I thought it was fantastic. Same with Public Enemy, when they came on the scene, Eric B. and Rakim. And there's some great dance music as well. I mean, dance music became very commercial in 1989, but there's still some amazing tracks, and a lot of it didn't get into the charts, and you'll find that on this list here. So, hope you enjoyed all those lists. Remember, all of these playlists are available on Spotify. My top 40, 89 songs from 89, 1989 extras, and 1989 dance and hip-hop. And the radio show of my top 40 is available on Mixcloud, and there's a link in the description to that as well. All my videos live here, so subscribe if you enjoy what I'm doing. Like if you like, hit thumbs up. And let me know in the comments what music you love from whatever year it is that you're watching. This one is obviously 1989. Now, we've reached the end of the 80s, and when I reached the end of the 70s, I did a few Beatles specials. So, at the end of the 80s, I'm going to do another special before I give you my top 40 of 1990. And I'm not going to tell you what it is, you'll just have to wait and see. But it will be a top 40 of an artist I absolutely adore. So, that'll be coming up tomorrow. In the meantime, have a lovely day. Bye-bye.